Now போன ரெண்டு கிளாஸில் கார்பனைல் குரூப்பை பற்றி இன் எக்ஸ்டென்சிவ் வே பார்த்தோம். நல்லா பல நம்ம ப்ரிப்பரேஷன்ஸு ரியாக்ஷன்ஸு எல்லாம் பார்த்தோம். இப்போ இதில் எவ்வளோ உங்களுக்கு புரியுறதுன்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்காக இது ஒரு ஸ்மால் அசைன்மெண்ட் டெஸ்ட் மாதிரி. இதில் ஆர்கானிக் கெமிஸ்ட்ரி அசைன்மெண்ட் ஃபார் இந்த மல்டிபிள் சாய்ஸ் கொஷின்ஸில் ஒரு 10 கொஷின்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்கேன். இதில் ஃபஸ்ட்டு இதை படிக்கிறேன். இந்த ஃபாலோயிங் காம்பவுண்ட்ஸ் ஐடென்டிஃபை ஆல் தி காம்பவுண்ட்ஸ் ஹேவிங் sp2 கார்பன். இதில் sp2 கார்பன் இல்லை, இதில் sp2 கார்பன் இருக்குது. திஸ் கார்பன் இஸ் sp2. இதில் ஒரு மிஸ்டேக் இருக்குது. இதில் ஒரு CH இருக்கணும். இந்த கார்பனில் CH3CO, இது CH2 இருக்கணும். CH3CO டபுள் பாண்ட் CH2. இதில் 2 sp2 கார்பன் இருக்குது. The following compounds identify all the compounds having sp2 carbon. So இது மாத்திரம் இல்லை, B, C and இந்த கார்பன் sp2 carbonyl குரூப்பில். இது sp2, இது sp2, except that for A all the 3 have sp2 carbon. Which of the following compounds will have the highest dipole moment? நீங்களா யோசிச்சு இது எதில் ஹையஸ்ட் டைபோல் மொமெண்ட் இருக்குன்னு கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். இதில் CH3 CH2 CHO, the carbon oxygen bond will be pulling the electrons. இதில் டைபோல் மொமெண்ட் இருக்கும். இதில் CH3 CH3 CO, இதுலேயும் கார்பன் ஆக்சிஜன் பாண்ட், ஆக்சிஜன் will be pulling electrons. The CH3 group will also be pushing electrons. So this will be reinforcing the oxygen. இதில் Cl CH2 CO, it will remove the electrons from the carbonyl group so that it is not as polarized. Chlorine carbon bond is very highly polarized. Therefore this will have the highest dipole moment. இதில் CH2 CH3, இது alkene, dipole moment will be very close to 0. இது CH3 CHO, there is no chlorine pulling the electrons. When chlorine pulls the electron, this will become delta minus, this will become delta plus. So of the 4, the chloroketone will have the highest dipole moment because the chlorine withdraws electrons. This group will have a high dipole moment. This will then identify the ketone among the following compounds. That's also, we will go back to the answer and come back every time. Identify the ketones among the following compounds. இது aldehyde, இது ketone, இது phenol, இது ethanol. So B is the answer. Let us look at it. First compound la will go B and D has this problem is wrongly. இது CH3 C triple bond, இதுவும் sp2, இது sp. So ரெண்டு compound B and D are the answers. Which of the following compounds has the highest dipole moment? 2 C chloroketone. This is the compound C. Next, identify the ketones. We have found that B is the answer. B is the answer. 3. 4. Identify the correct structure of 2-methyl-3-pentanone. The nomenclature இருந்து வருது. முன்னாடியே பார்த்துருக்கோம். The atom which has the highest atomic number gets preference to start with the number. இது வந்து aldehyde. Therefore, you can rule it out. It's not one means ketone. This will not. This is an alcohol. This will not be called pentanone. There are 2 compounds, all of which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons. But in this compound, the methyl group is in the 2 position, and pentanone, the one is 3-pentanone. So, this is 2-methyl-3-pentanone. The numbering will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is pentanone. Because the ketone is at the 3 carbon, it is called 3-pentanone. With the methyl group at the 2 position, this is the 2-methyl-3-pentanone. In the compound, if you know, this is the actual answer D. In the compound name பண்ண just உங்களுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுக்கிறதாக இந்த compound name பண்ணுறதுனாக்க 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. You take the longest chain. You give the name based on the highest atomic number. This will be also one pentanone. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. You give the number so that the group which has the highest priority gets the lowest number. So, you start with this. If you put the number from this CO will have a high number 4. But இந்த பக்கத்துலேருந்து பண்ணாக்க it comes to the high priority group. Numbering should be done so that the high priority group gets the lowest number. Therefore, this is 4-methyl-2-pentanone. This is 2-methyl-3-pentanone. The answer is D. Let us see the answer. 4. The answer is D. Name the aldehyde among the following compounds. This is a ketone. This is a secondary alcohol. This is the aldehyde. This is also a ketone. So, the answer is C. Benzaldehyde. This is the benzaldehyde. 3. What is the name of aromatic ketone among the following compounds? This is benzaldehyde. This is tertiary butyl alcohol. இது வந்து bromo amino benzophenone. This is 4 bromo, 4 amino, 4 bromo benzophenone. This is phenol. So, C is the answer. C, 4 prime amino. This prime is given. Let us go back to this problem. This prime is given when you have this N and Br. Br is the atom of highest number. This will be given the normal number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This amino group which has lower priority, in the ring name பண்றபோது 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime, 5 prime, 6 prime. This is 4 prime. This is 4. So, you look at the name 4 prime amino, 4 bromo benzophenone. இது வந்து nomenclature ஒரு important observation. When there are 2 things, when you have a long chain which has different number of carbon atoms, choose the longest chain for naming. Suppose you have 4 carbon and possibility of another chain within the same molecule 6 carbon, you take it as a 6 carbon or derivative of hexane. And the group which has the highest atomic number should be given the lowest number when you number the carbon atoms. Then you find out the position of substituents and put the number of the substituents. But in the மாதிரி aromatic compounds la ரெண்டு benzene ring இருந்தாக்க எந்த benzene ringல atom of highest atomic number attach பண்றது அதில் வந்து naming the numbering will be 1 2 3 4 5 in that, starting with where the aromatic ring joins. Let's look at it. இந்த இடம் வந்து it will always get one position 1 2 3 4. இங்கே வந்து this will be lower atomic number, the second preference. This is 1 2 3 4 prime, 1 prime 2 prime 3 prime 4 prime. So these are the important observations for nomenclature, naming of ketones, aldehydes and other compounds. In a மேலே படிக்க amines, nitro compounds, carboxylic acid, எல்லா சப்ஜெக்ட்லேயும் the same order will be applied for nomenclature. Now the question given here is how to synthesize the following compounds. You start with CH3, CH3, COH. From there you go to CH3, CH2, CH3, CH, CHO. So what is the difference between them is that this CH3 becomes another CH3 is attached. How to do this? You take an alkene, add HCl. This will add according to Markovnikov rule. Chlorine will go to carbon which has the least number of hydrogen. The chlorine வந்து இந்த கார்பனில் ஆட் பண்ணும். இங்கே இந்த இதுலேயோ இதில் ஆட் பண்ண முடியாது. இதில் ஹை நம்பர் ஆஃப் கார்பன் இருக்குது, இதுலேயும் ஹை நம்பர். ஸோ the lowest number will the place that will be added. Then this is treated with magnesium in dry ether. This will produce this magnesium salt which is called a Grignard reagent. We will see it later. Grignard reagent. So in the Grignard reagent எடுத்துட்டு formaldehyde ஓட ட்ரீட் பண்ணாக்க இது வந்து this is the partial negative, this is partial positive. The negative charge will add to the formaldehyde. So this CHOH will come and it can be oxidized to the aldehyde. So this is how that compound is synthesized. Now the second problem this phenyl hydrazone from this alcohol. Phenyl hydrazone வந்து phenyl hydrazine plus ketone react பண்ணாக்க in the presence of acid you get phenyl hydrazone. இது வந்து secondary alcohol. This also is derived from the ketone oxidized by production of secondary alcohol. This is, if it is oxidized with permanganate or using potassium dichromate, this will oxidize to the ketone. Ketone reacts with phenyl hydrazine, form the phenyl hydrazone. secondary alcohol oxidized dichromate sulfuric acid. The ketone reacts with, this is the representation of the phenyl group, Phe. Then you form the phenyl hydrazone. Next compound, you take this ketone, this is CH3 C double bond O CH2 attached to the phenyl ring, starting from CH3Cl. This compound can be produced by getting this Grignard reagent, adding it to the acetaldehyde and then oxidizing it. That is one way of producing. Let us see how this is done. CH3Cl, magnesium triether to get Grignard reagent, reacted with acetaldehyde to form this OMgCl, then reacted with acid, this will become OH, oxidize it to form CH2COCH3. So, these reactions, these problems are given for you to exercise on the various reactions you have studied. அதை எப்படி கம்பைன் பண்ணி ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டெப்பாக அடுத்த காம்பவுண்ட் மாற்றுறதுக்கு எப்படி பண்ணணுன்ட்டு தெரியணும். இந்த ஸ்ட்ரக்சரை பார்த்த உடனே யூ கேன் பிரேக் இட் டவுன் அட் திஸ் பாயிண்ட். ஸோ இது ஒரு பென்சில் குரூப் C6H5CH2, this is CH3CO group, acetyl group. The benzyl group and acetyl group combine பண்ணனும்னாக்க you have to use this Grignard reagent with acetaldehyde. Then you will get this addition compound which on hydrolysis form the secondary alcohol. அதை oxidize பண்ணாக்க ketone வரும். So overall you have learnt Grignard synthesis, you have learnt the secondary alcohol oxidation gives ketone. இது ரெண்டையும் combine பண்ணி how to make this. இந்த மாதிரி ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஒர்க் பண்ணிங்கனாக்க யூ வில் கெட் அ காம்ப்ரிஹென்சிவ் ஐடியா எப்படி ரியாக்ஷன்ஸ் எல்லாம் இது பண்ணுறது, எப்படி ஒரு ரியாக்ஷனும் இன்னொரு ரியாக்ஷனும் அசம்பிள் பண்ணி கார்பன் காம்பவுண்ட்ஸ் வந்து டிஃப்ரெண்ட் கார்பன் பாண்ட் ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுறது. அந்த கார்பன் பாண்ட் ஃபார்மேஷன் அதுதான் ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டண்ட் இன் ஆர்கானிக் கெமிஸ்ட்ரி. அதுதான் மோஸ்ட் டிஃபிகல்ட் ஆல்சோ. ஸோ அதை திங்க் பண்ணி எப்படி இந்த ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுறது அதை கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். Then 4-heptanol, some reagent is used, you get a compound A which when reacted with the reagent 2 gives 4-ethyl 4-hexanol. The 4-ethyl 4-hexanol nakke this is the compound, this is hexane chain and this group is attached to the position here. Now the numbering, you have two type of chains. If you have come this way you have 4 carbons, if you come this way it is 6 carbons. So to you starting with heptanol, 4-heptanol, and we will look at the synthesis. This is 4-heptanol, 3 plus 3 6 1 7. If you oxidize with dichromate you get the corresponding ketone. இதை வந்து C2H5 MgBr add பண்ணாக்க you get this is the 4 ethyl heptanol. Ethyl heptanol problem. So that is a mistake in the problem. This will be also for you oxidize the alcohol group, give the ketone in the center with 3 carbons on one side, 3 carbons on the other side. You add ethyl grignard C2H5 MgCl minus. Then you get 4 ethyl 4 heptanol. Sorry for that mistake. Now the next is how to synthesize 2-chloro 2-methyl hexane from 1-bromo butane. We look at the synthesis. One bromo 2-chloro 1-bromo butane 2-chloro 2-methyl hexane. Bromobutane treated with magnesium, get the Grignard reagent. Add this to acetone. You get the secondary alcohol, treat it with HCl. The secondary alcohol gets converted to the chloride. So this is the final compound. This is 1, 2, 3, 3 carbons here, 4, 5, 6 carbon, 2-methyl 2-chloro. Two-chloro 2-methyl hexane. That's the product was formed. Write equations for all steps in the synthesis of butanoic acid from 1-butanol. This is butanoic acid from 1-butanol. The aldehyde, you react it with Tollens reagent, which is silver amine complex, AgNH2 plus. It oxidizes the aldehyde to acid. Silver is getting reduced to silver. It is precipitated as black colored precipitate of silver. One bromo 1-phenyl ethane from benzene and acetyl chloride. This is 1-bromo 1-phenyl ethane starting with acetyl chloride. First acetyl chloride aluminum chloride carbon disulfide react பண்ணாக்க you get the corresponding acetane acetophenone CH3CO benzene ring. If you reduce it with lithium aluminum hydride, this product should be when these two react, it will form the corresponding acetophenone. This acetophenone can be reduced to the corresponding alcohol, treat with HBr, you get this compound. Next is CH3, CH2, COOH. See, the next synthesis is how to make CH3. இங்கே வந்து இது வந்து it will form CH3CO benzene ring, acetophenone, it will be reduced to lithium aluminum hydride, reduced by lithium aluminum hydride to form the alcohol. Then this alcohol treated with HBr will form the bromo ethyl benzene. Next is give the structural formula of 3-methyl pentanal. 3-methyl pentanal is 5 carbon. So, we got a CO group. In the end of the chain is al, then 3 group 3 position 1, 2, 3, 3-methyl pentanal. This is 4-propyl benzophenone. 4-propyl benzophenone. The propyl group is attached to the benzene ring of the benzophenone. So, this is called 4-propyl benzophenone. What is the product of reaction of phenyl acetaldehyde with semi-carbazide? Semi-carbazide is NH2 CO NH NH2. That NH NH2, the hydrazine mari, it will condense with the carbonyl group. The aldehyde group will be reacting to form, this is the phenyl acetaldehyde, this is semi-carbazide. By condensing this with this, losing a molecule of water in the semi-carbazone, C double bond NH NH CO NH2, this will be formed. The next is reaction where you deduce the structures of A, B and C.